I.S.U.P.K.
So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek while this wicked world trying to smother me? Something gotta shake, I'm gonna cry it out. Time to gird up my loins and ride out. In my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. I said I don't wanna see no more. And in my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation. But I don't wanna see no more.
Black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man and woman. The Most High God is showing us right now that the oppressor is truly the devil that the Bible speaks of. Showing us how evil these other nations truly are. That's why the coronavirus is here. That's why you see the wars and the rumors of war. God does not want us all together kumbaya with these other nations. Just last year, we was protesting the death of our brother George Floyd, man. Give me Leviticus 20 and 26. We was just protesting how our brother was murdered by the devil, man. And now our people are up in arms and happy because he got convicted. That's real justice, black man, Hispanic man and woman? No, it's an insult on our intelligence. We all saw George Floyd die. We saw it live 95 on Facebook Live and on Periscope on Twitter. We saw our brother be murdered, and they still had to come together and have a trial. Let me tell you what real justice would have been if the oppressor was just. Real justice would have been taking George Floyd's brother, hell, taking you, sis, or taking me, or Kalatazar, or Captain Shapar. Having one of us come and put our knee on Derek Chauvin's neck. And guess what? If Derek Chauvin lives, if he lives past 8 minutes and 16 seconds, then he was not guilty. But if he dies, he would have been guilty. That's what real justice would have been, man. And that's why God does not want us together with these other nations. It goes to show you just how silly and stupid our people are. We went out here in the streets. Black lives matter. My life matter. But as soon as the Chinese man, the Japanese man, you know, with the Kung Flu, Jimmy, Bruce Leroy, all them, and guess what? As soon as they went through a little bit of turmoil, guess what happened, Officers RY? They passed a bill. Joe Biden passed a bill for the so-called Asian community. He passed a law that Asian people can't be oppressed, that they can't go through a little hell. But what about you, black man? What about us? Black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man and woman? What law was we given? What law was we given? I know everybody voted for Joe Biden. You were so afraid of Donald Trump. And now Joe Biden came in and he showed us that he don't give a damn about us, black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man and woman. We've been hoodwinked again. We've been bamboozled. Now we're starting to realize that just like Donald Trump and every oppressor that's out here, they're the devil that the Bible speaks of. And God wants us to separate from them. And that's in the Bible. It ain't just me saying that. God says he wants blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the First Nation, to be separate. And I can show you that in the scriptures. Because not everybody is God's people. If you are not on this sign, you are a heathen. God is telling everybody on this sign that ye are holy unto me, separate. The Most High is saying that we're separate unto him. Guess what? If you're on this side, black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man and woman, we got on the same jersey. We're on the same team. Stop playing for the oppressor. Stop giving your love to these other nations. Because God told us that ye shall be holy unto me. Ye shall be separate unto me. Read on.
For I, the Lord, am holy.
Wait a minute. For I, the Lord, am holy. Wait a minute, Kalatazar. You mean to tell me God is separate? I thought he loved the oppressor. I thought he loved Tim and Adam and Bob. I thought he loved Susie. I thought he loved Wang Chun and Naputu Nangala and the Black Panther. God said, for I am holy, for God is holy. Wait a minute. If we're separate, that's what holy means, and God is separate, where does that leave Rob? Where does that leave Bob and Bill and Tim? It leaves them to kick the dust. God does not give a damn about the oppressor or these other nations. He's saying, for I, the Lord, am holy. Read on.
And have severed you from other people.
God severed us from other people. God loved us so much that he didn't want us around the oppressor. He didn't want us around the Chinese and the Japanese and the Arabs and the East Indians. And we're not supposed to be around them because they don't give a damn about us. Black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man and woman. How do you know that they don't give a damn about us? Show me, because they say what, Kalakazar, stop Asian hate. Show me a Chinese man in Chinatown or out here, or a Chinese woman or East Indian man and woman that stood up for George Floyd knocking you $1,000.
Right.
You can't, because they don't give a damn about us. God severed us from them for good reason. God severed us from this oppressor because he knows how evil the oppressor is. He knows the oppressor is the type of devil that'll come in your home, brother, and murder your wife while she lays next to him. He knows just how evil that devil is. That's the same devil that'll march and try to hunt you down in the streets. Mahmoud Arbery was just jogging in the wrong neighborhood, and they hunted our brother down and murdered him in cold blood. Our sister Vanessa Gilliam, a Mexican sister of the tribe of I.S.U.P.K, was just trying to feed her family. She joined the oppressor's military. She joined the army of that Mexican sister, and they raped her, they mutilated her, they chopped up her body, and then buried her, and then told her mother they didn't know where she was. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's why God said, I have severed you from these other people for good reason, man. We're supposed to be separate from them. And why so? Because the Lord chose us and he severed us from them, man. Read on.
Severed you from other people, that ye should be mine.
That ye should be mine. Look how possessive the Most High is. He's saying, you belong to me, black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man and woman. I know you see all of the turmoil. I know you see what's going on in Gaza and in Israel. And let me tell you something. If you are black, Hispanic, or First Nation, and you're crying over, you know what I mean, those Arabs over there in Israel dying in Gaza, or the oppressor that's dying, and you're a traitor to your race. Because we are dying in America, in the West Indian Islands, and in Mexico, and in the Amazon, in South America, all across the earth. We have to stop having sympathy for these other nations. Let me tell you a secret, black man, Hispanic man, First Nation man, and woman. Read Jeremiah 14 and verse 2. That oppressor that's over there in Israel that calls himself a Jew, who's not a Jew, but the devil that the Bible speaks of, they're not the real Jews. Guess who the real Jews is? I'll show you right here. Give me Jeremiah 14 and verse 2.
Okay. Look at Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourning.
It says Judah mourning. Judah mourning. Who is Judah? You know what's short for Judah? Jew. If your name is Daniel, they might call you Danny. If your name is William, they might call you Bill. If you're John, they might call you Johnny. Guess what? Judah mourning. Meaning Judah is in mourning. Who is in mourning here in America and all across the earth? That black man is in mourning. That Hispanic man and woman is in mourning. That First Nation man and woman is mourning. Are you aware that the coronavirus has hit our First Nation brothers so hard that they don't even want to send them vials and vaccinations, but they will send them body bags though. They'll send our First Nation brothers and sisters body bags. We're suffering here in the ghetto, in the barrios in America, man. Black man, Hispanic man and woman, we are mourning all across the earth because the oppressor is an evil devil, man. We're the ones that are in mourning. What do the Asians got to mourn for? There's a Chinatown in every major city, but they crying about stop Asian hate. Kalakazar, I thought they could fight. I thought they could fight, Kalakazar. You mean to tell me, Yana Kwan, that Bruce Lee was a Chinese Steven Seagal? He was really an actor? Right. Come on now. We are in mourning. The Asians ain't got nothing to mourn for. The oppressor don't got nothing to mourn for. What does the oppressor have to mourn about? He's in his heaven. If you look right here in Center City, Philadelphia, Officer Mariah and myself was astounded just last week. We thought people worked in these buildings. Brother, do you believe that the oppressor lives up there? These are condos. They have pools. And where do we go back, brother? We go back to North Philly. We go back to Southwest Philadelphia. We go back to West and Northeast Philly, to the ghetto and the barrio. We're the ones that are in mourning, black man, Hispanic man and woman. Read on.
And their gates thereof language.
And their gates thereof language. What is that gate used for? The gate is used for protection. Right. We don't have no protection, black man, Hispanic man and woman. Who is the gate? Our leadership. What leadership do we have? Farrakhan. We have who? PDJ, Frank Locala. Those are our leaders Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, let me tell you something that all of them have in common. When it comes to our people, to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, they have failed us. They have failed us, brother. They have. They have failed our people. We don't have no real leadership out here in the world. But guess what, black man, Hispanic man, and woman? There is a leadership. There is a righteous order that the Most High ordained. The real and righteous leadership that every black man, Hispanic man, and First Nation man and woman should be under and get with is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commandant General Yohanna. This is